systemic risk to the economy.
And on reconciliation, does the White House believe there are enough votes to pass it at this point?
I'm not going to get ahead of where the president is. I will mention one thing. I mentioned a second ago COBRA as being the RA and COBRA as being reconciliation. I do believe we certainly, the White House has seen reports of Senator Bunning objecting to, I think 9 times, moving forward with a very common sense proposal to extend COBRA benefits that are expiring for those that have lost their jobs. One senator has decided to hold up unemployment benefits that will expire at the end of this month for 400,000 Americans. One senator has decided to hold up legislation that would prevent a drastic cut in the payments for doctors serving Medicare patients. We have seen over the course of the past week, we saw this Thursday with the president's healthcare meeting. We saw on Wednesday the House pass, with more than 400 votes, a plan to increase competition in healthcare. We saw the Senate act in a bipartisan way to move forward on a bill that would help hiring. We've seen some good results over the past week on bipartisanship, only to have the week apparently end with one person decide that 500,000 people will lose their health insurance that they've had extended because they unfortunately lost their jobs. 400,000 people that will lose their unemployment insurance. And doctors that serve Medicare patients suffer a drastic cut in their payments. That is fundamentally not fair. And the White House would call on Senator Bunning to agree to even vote on his own proposal so that the Senate and the House don't leave town with the health care benefits and the unemployment benefits of those that have lost their jobs, we would not see those expire over this past weekend. David? I call him David, sorry.
Actually, I want to follow up on that point. In the middle of the debate last night, Senator Bunning complained that because it was running late, he was missing the Kentucky-South Carolina game.
Kentucky won, and we should now get about to ensuring that 500,000 people, because one senator wants to see a game in which his team thankfully won, I'm sure. David, Senator Bunning objected to voting on his own proposal. It's hard for me to understand why, if somebody went to you, including your own, a senator from your own state, and said, if you object to the way this is happening, why don't we have a vote on your proposal, and you object to that. These are the type of games that the American people fail to understand. These are the type of instances where, for some reason, one person can throw out all measure of common sense and hurt hundreds of thousands of Americans that have unfortunately lost their jobs as a result of this economic downturn.
Robert, on that, just 2 questions. On that, you'll come back to me?
Not necessarily. Yeah.
Why not?
I don't want to ask you what's in it, but I just want to ask. Don't want to ask you what's in it, but I do want to clarify what it is that the president's going to be releasing. Is this a preference of what kind of procedure he would like to see Congress undertake next week, or is he laying down the law in terms of how he wants to see them move forward?
I want to give you guys something to do next week besides mourn the absence of curling.
I'm not asking you what,
and I mean that
what
literally,
his preference is.
I'm asking you what hockey on your network.
What it will be.
I got it.
I saw.
Yeah, we're all waiting for Ovechkin to get back to town.
Yes.
I'm not asking you what's in it. I'm asking you what it is. How do you define it?
I think the president will put forward an updated proposal on how to move forward. Not going to get more detailed than that. Carol.
On Bunning, Robert?
In a second, yes. Carol.
Going back to Patterson, does the White House have any thoughts on whether or not he should
remain as governor?
That's part of what I wanted to. I have not heard any talk of, or I don't know where that is.
On the president's phone call with former Vice President Dick Cheney?
I know, I think it was, all my days run together, Wednesday, the president called the former vice president home to wish him a speedy recovery. The vice president had previously called him. That's the only readout that I got from Katie on the call. Kurt, and then I think
thanks.
They did speak, yeah.
Thanks, Robert. Democrats made hay in 06 and 08 in congressional races by stressing ethical lapses by Republicans. Mm-hmm. Is the White House concerned that the Republicans can now turn the table given Congressman Rangel and other issues bedeviling Democrats?
Well, look, I can, Kirk, only speak for the president's viewpoint on this. And that is, as I mentioned, this is an issue. When he worked on this issue in Illinois, you could literally buy a car for your personal use out of your campaign fund. The president, as a U.S. senator, worked to ensure that we strengthen ethics rules around what had been ethical lapses in 2006 and 2008. I think the president would just say that we all enjoy and serve because the people elected members of Congress and the president to serve, and that we do that based on their votes and their trust, and that we should not do anything to violate that trust. And if that trust is violated, that as I said earlier, the House and Senate should hold anybody that violates that trust accountable. Yes, sir.
Can I ask you one other thing?
Sure.
Why Savannah, Robert? What was the?
Kirk, it's as you well know, it's a wonderful place to visit. Look, I think it's the president has gone all over the country talking about our efforts to get this economy moving again, and I don't have a precise reasoning of why Savannah was picked, but it's as you well know, a wonderful place to spend some time. Let me get, you want to do Bunning, Paul?
Yeah, I'm Bunning. He's also reported to have said in response to the criticism of his objection, he used the words tough crap, only he didn't say crap, he said tough S word. I don't know if you had any reaction to that, or if the president had reaction to that.
I think that, look, we've talked about we've talked about comments that people have made before. We've talked about the tone of our politics. I hope that one senator does not stand in the way of and tell hundreds of thousands of people that could lose their health insurance and their unemployment benefits. I hope he has more encouraging words than that for them. The Senate should act on ensuring that nobody loses these benefits as a result of one person standing in the way. Thanks.